Jeff is known as Uncle Dude to my kids. I'm known as Uncle Dude to his kids. So I'm Uncle Dude, and this is Tales from the Mash. This is my first time mashing, by the way, so hopefully my form is good. This is the story about our first hitchhiker ever when we were kids, me and Jeff. Now, I've seen some disclaimers before in Tales from the Mash where it's like, statute of limitations, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
We're leaving Tahoe. We used to go to Tahoe all the time as kids, just after work. We'll jump in the water for like 10 minutes and then drive home. And I'm driving my mother's IROC. We're kids, like I just have my license, I don't even have a car yet. And we're driving this 86 IROC. And it's silver with a purple stripe. It was bad apps. We're leaving in at the nude beach or whatever. I can't even remember. It's been so many years. On the side of the road at the nude beach is this Jimmy Buffett looking dude with his floral Magnum PI shirt unbuttoned, sitting on his cooler, his like aged man body just resting on itself, all defeated, straw hat, whole nine. We pull over, he's like this. We pull over and he's like, oh God, thank God you guys left. You came, it stopped to pick me up. My wife caught me checking out another woman at the nude beach and she just left me here. And this is like ages before cell phones. Like cell phones were like not even a dream yet. And we're like, okay, whatever, dude, get in. So he's like, all right, can you drive me home? And we're like, sure. And he's giving us directions. And he's like, all right, turn here, blah, blah, blah. It's in Tahoe. We pull up to this 10-foot wrought iron gate and he punches in the code. The gate goes, opens up, and we drive into this literally award-winning house. Like the first thing he showed us when he punched the keypad to the 12-foot doors, the front door of the house, opens up. He's like, look at this stuff. This is my award for architecture. Now, mind you, we're 16 years old, and this guy's like, come on in. And we're like, okay. So he's like, you guys want a beer or something? And I was like, nah, man, we're kids. Your house looked cool, so we just came in to see your house. He's like, you're not 16. My ass, you're 16. Now, this guy is tanked. We didn't realize it when we picked him up because he looked like he was red from the sun. He was red from drinking. So obviously that was why he had poor judgment at the new beach. Or maybe not, who knows? I don't know what his dynamic was with the missus. She wasn't there when we got home. So he's like, you guys want to play pool? And then we're like, okay. Now this guy has a full bar as soon as you walk in, and then he takes us up to the pool room where there's now a mini bar. And I'm like, dude, this guy's like the fucking butler or something. This is weird. And dude goes, no man, look. And there's all these pictures, these photographs on the wall, like Aston, fucking Africa, like all these remote destinations, these exotic destinations, and he's at every one of them. So we're like, well, it's pretty unlikely that they treat the butler that well. So we're like, oh my God. Now, he's like, you guys hungry? Because I'm hungry. I want to go down and get some pizza. And we're like, all right. It's like on the way. Now, mind you, this is pre-cell phones. My mother's like, be home at a certain time, whatever. We never were, like whoever was. And am I stirring this?
You're doing good.
All right, this feels good.
It looks good, man. Looks good on you.
So this guy's like, all right, take me to the ATM. So we bring him to the ATM. He pulls out a handful of cash. Now I'm a degenerate. I memorized the keypad to his house. I memorized his PIN number. I'm like, for whatever reason, that was important information to me. So
Could be
we go to
useful.
this little dive bar pizza joint, and we go in, and this guy still doesn't believe that we're 16, so he's trying to buy us a pitcher of beer. And the bartender's like, hey, you little shoulder tapping assholes. I don't know what the kids call it these days, but back when we were kids, it was like, the nickname was shoulder tap, like you tap on a stranger's shoulder and be like, hey mister, can you risk liability and buy us alcohol because we have honest faces? And which we weren't even doing. We were just giving this guy a ride and, you know, maybe hoping that he passes out with all that money that he just took out of the ATM. Maybe, like, no promises. Anyways, we're there for the free pizza. And the guy keeps trying to buy us a pitcher, and the bartender's getting pissed at us because he thinks that we're shoulder tapping. So we're waiting there. The guy's, he's got like a hollow leg. He's got two hollow legs and a hollow head, clearly, because he's starting to stumble a little bit, but he's not becoming even remotely weathered by all the drinking that he's doing. And we're just sitting there, you know, maybe he needs a ride home. Maybe he wants to kick us some money for our troubles, whatever it was. Like I said, I'm a degenerate and I've got nothing better to do than be home by curfew. So we're sitting there and the bartender's getting increasingly pissed at us because the guy's trying to buy us pitchers. And then right about the time we're like, all right, let's set it dead. Let's call it. You know, if he's not ready to leave in 10 minutes, we're out of here. And then walks in this like pretty flamboyant gay guy, looks over at us two young bucks, goes to the bar and tries to order us drinks. And at that point, the bartender's like, all right, you little shits, get the fuck out. Because it was pretty clear to him that we were shoulder tapping, which we were not. But before I wrap up this Tales from the Mash, the reason we were like hanging out is because the guy was like, hey, we're throwing a big 4th of July party at my mansion on the water. You're invited for all that you've done for me tonight. And I was like, you know, we'll hang out. We're gonna be this guy's best friend or whatever. And we went back for the 4th of July party, and we weren't able to get through the gate because the code that I memorized must have been changed. So you skirted this one, Jakens. But that's my Tales from the Mash.
That's what I was going to ask you. What was his name? But you got it.
Yeah, Jakens.
I
I thought he was the butler.